hunt camp.
Hunt camp report. Okay. I'll do the intro. Are we
We're
live?
rolling.
We're rolling?
Yeah.
What is up, guys? You got Sean Cook and Tony Merle here, and we're back with Hunt Camp Report. And I know we've been going over scent control the past couple weeks, and we've probably hammered it home. So this week we're going to talk about grunt calls and just all kind of deer calls. We got some rattle bags around, and I know as the seasons are opening up and getting closer, you know, we're going to have rut coming around, and you're going to want to have a way to call out to these deer. And if they're too far out, you're going to want to have a way to call them in closer so that you can get a shot. So, Tony, you want to talk a little about what we got here?
It's a good thing we were talking about scent control the last 2 weeks, because if you're going to do anything right in your deer hunting game plan, you got to have scent control right, because if they smell you coming in, they're out of there.
Absolutely.
Especially big deer, mature deer.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones that they got big by being smart. They're not stupid. So it's important to follow all 3 steps of the scent control system: the clothing, the body, and the field. So
Absolutely.
That's not something to overlook, but we kind of wanted to step away today a little bit, and as we get into October next week, people are going to start utilizing deer calls a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to go over that a little bit and just pull a couple calls out of the bag here. The Sensate bag we've talked about in the past. You know, we've got several options that Hunter Specialties offers deer calls. There's a couple key calls that most people are going to utilize. You know, you have your grunt calls, your tube style calls, and also your rattle calls. So we've got a couple grunt style calls here we want to show you today. The first one I'll show you is the Quad Grunter XT. This one's actually new for this year. It's a reface redesign of the Quad Grunter that we've had that you may be familiar with.
My favorite thing about this call is how small and compact it is. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
throw it in your pocket, put it wherever you want, and it's ready to go in the field.
I mean, you can see
Yeah.
it. I mean, right there. It actually comes with a lanyard, so you can put it around your neck and all
Yeah,
that
it has
stuff.
a little lip here, throw the lanyard around.
Right.
It's nice.
And this is one of those calls that has an extendable tube on it, so you can change the inflection and the tones on it that way. And the key thing about this call right here is it actually is adjustable from mature buck grunts, young buck grunts, doe bleats, and fawn bleats, and you just adjust it by changing the O-ring here. And there's actually notches on the soundboard there that will hold that O-ring in the specific place that you want it to right there. So if you're going to do a dominant or a mature buck grunt, you just push it all the way to the end of that soundboard right there and blow into it, and just, like I said, utilize this extendable tube here to change the inflection. So that's a great sounding call
Yeah.
right there.
Nice deep tone, and you know, we've had one of our Sean Keeney actually killed a buck on this when it was still in prototype last year.
Yeah.
Called it right in, got a good shot, 10-15 yard shot on him, and had great things to say about the Quad Grunter.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what, like I said, there's several call options out there. This is one that's adjustable inside there, and what's nice about that is you set it at one spot, it's not going to move.
Yeah.
You pull it out and you blow into it, and it's going to make the sound that you set it to.
So continuing on with our grunt call options, my personal favorite, I've actually got it in my hunt bag here, is the True Talker. You know, it is what it is. It's going to sound true. It's going to sound real to these deer. It's great. Again, just like the Quad Grunter, this is adjustable. It's a little different way. You don't have to take the top off. It's just a push button here. If I'll get up close here. So I think just hand off of it is mature buck. Put a hand down here. You got young buck, doe bleat, and fawn bleat, if I'm correct.
Right.
And this is a great sounding call. I'm gonna hit it here for you.
What's cool about this one too is it's got that sort of soft finish to it.
Yeah. So climbing up the stand, I know a lot of people hunt in metal stands or have stuff coming up that can make noise if you have things that bang up against it. This is pretty much silent. You can hit as hard as you want. This is rubber. It's going to be quiet. So I'm going to run through the inflections here. So you got mature buck, like I just said. Young buck. Doe bleat. And then fawn.
Sounds like Tony snoring.
Yeah, a lot like that. So, I mean, those are just 2 options of grunt calls. We got a few out there. Check them out. Both great options for the field. You can see the size difference in these two.
Right.
It just shows how compact the quad grunter is. But they both have perks that are great.
Yeah, like I said, the quad grunter, the deal about that is you set it in one place, it's going to stay there.
Yeah.
Where the True Talker, the key is...
What we got?
we're laughing behind the camera. What's going on?
Yeah. What kind of comment? It's obviously a comment.
Not safe for work.
Well, we'll check it out later. But the True Talker, the thing about that is it's quickly adjustable. You can adjust on the fly. All you have to do is push
I
down.
have a feeling it has something to do with the size. No?
Here, I'll give him this one.
No. So, Tony, tell us about this rattle back here. We'll keep this thing rolling on. I know we got some goofs around here, but we're having a good time. It's the cameraman's birthday. He's having a good time.
Happy birthday, Mr. McKee.
Thanks.
Yep. So what do we got here, Tony? This is the Rutton Buck.
Oh, hold on. We got a question for you guys. Move on.
So,
Sean Keeney wants to know what happened to Tony's finger.
we'll talk about that later. You know, I got in a fight.
It looks like a hell of an injury.
No. Speaking of injuries, when 2 bucks are fighting.
You want to handle this? All right. Rattlebag is meant to kind of emulate when 2 bucks are clashing out in the field. You know, you get a dominant buck here. You got this too tight, Tony.
Yeah.
Butterfingers. He hears that, he's gonna come like.
No, not if he hears that.
I'm not the best rattle. I stick to the grunts. They're my thing. But yeah, that's much better. So the idea, he's far away. This will cut through the air. If you got a windy day, this will cut through there a lot better than a grunt call. It'll get much more distance and it'll catch his ear, and you can cut. I've actually had one come running straight out of the woods. I hear him crashing from 500 yards out, straight through the woods on me. What you got, Jason? It's got to be Blake or something saying something on there.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Seriously though, I mean, especially in areas that there's a lot of bucks around and there's a lot of competition, a rattle call is going to be one of your best ways of bringing a deer in from actually a long distance, because there's going to be a lot of volume with a rattle call. And there's a lot of different systems and ways of making rattle sounds out there, but as far as a rattle call that's not an actual set of antlers that's big and bulky and is going to clang together, you know, the rattle bag is the best thing out there, because you know, you can tighten down the cinch strap so it doesn't make any noise when it's in your pack.
And that's a great point, Tony. A lot of people will take full antlers out there, and you know, if you're hunting open air out in a stand or up in a tree, and you're slinging those things, clashing them together, that's causing a lot of movement, and deer could catch onto that and see it and get spooked. This allows you to keep it, you know, tight, close to your body, and you know, you don't have to worry about the visual aspect of the deer catching on.
Right. Yep. So I mean, like I said, everybody's got the calls that they like to use and things that work in their area. We just want to kind of highlight a couple of the key types of calls that you're going to want to pull out of your pack here within the next month, because we're getting into October now.
Yep.
The pre-rut's going to start kicking in within a couple weeks in some areas. So
I know bow season in Alabama is usually around October 15th. I think it's the same this year. So you know, it's coming in hot. And I know a lot of seasons are already open, so people are going to be getting out there, getting your gear ready for season.
It's game time. I mean, we kicked off the hunt camp report a few weeks ago, and we're mid-season hunt camp report. This is actually week 4 now. People have been elk hunting, mule deer hunting, antelope hunting, bear hunting, deer hunting, all over the place.
Mm-hmm. I know with Sean Keeney, we mentioned, you know, got himself an elk, and
congrats.
It was a great one, 6x6. You know, I know he had a good time. He's been out there, I think 4 times, and
it's his 3rd year.
You know, I know he's had shots before and never got one on the ground, and this year he got the one he was wanting. So it's congrats to him.
It just goes to show you persistence and dedication and preparation, especially in a big game hunt like elk, can pay off.
So I think they said they saw 7 or 8 herds of over 200 elk. So I mean that's an awesome venture, really.
Right. So I mean, speaking of the hunt camp report, we're doing weekly giveaways.
Yeah. Every
week, if you share that weekly hunt camp report post, you're entered to win that week's.
Get your name in the hat.
That week's giveaway to get a BioStrike prize pack and an HS hat, and it also gets you an entry into the grand prize drawing. Each week you share that post, you get another entry in the grand prize, and that grand prize is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's going to be a hunt in whitetail country. These are the biggest deer. Tony, you want to tell them a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, IMB Outfitters,
Yeah.
November 2018, Missouri. Big
That's all you need to
bucks,
know.
bow hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you have to say?
And you know, we talked to the outfitter. He is going to be checking cameras weekly. Well, he's going to be feeding us, you know, deer pictures throughout the season, and we'll
Yeah.
be showing y'all what y'all can look forward to.
Right. So these guys, IMB Outfitters, I mean, go out and Google them, look at their website. They've got
Yeah.
properties all over the country, no matter what state they're in. You know, they've got big deer on their property. And Missouri is one of the best places. And
Heck yeah.
we look forward to seeing whoever wins that grand prize giveaway. We're going to announce the winner at the ATA show in January 2018 from Facebook Live, straight from the HS booth. It'll be a random drawing, just like we're doing every week here for the weekly giveaway. So continue to share that post every week and boost your chances to get
Heck yeah.
to come
To the
hunt
big one.
in next November in Missouri.
Absolutely. Well, who's our winner this week?
Heather Gomez.
Heather Gomez, congratulations to you. I believe you'll be getting the BioStrike prize pack. And, you know, we've talked about these steps, 1, 2, 3, you know, clothing, body, field. This will give you a little bit, you know, a little selection from the whole line. You know, you get a little bit of each, you know, step. And this will, you know, give you something to go into the field, you know, confident in, you know.
Yeah, it's a great time now with a lot more seasons open up throughout the country. It's a great time to win a giveaway like this, to stock up on the scent control
Absolutely.
products.
Heck yeah.
So if you have any more questions about scent control, be sure to look at past Facebook Lives that we've done. We've gone in depth over each of the 3 steps: the clothes, body,
Individual
field.
products. Absolutely.
Right. And another cool thing is a lot of our scent control products actually have the steps on the sides
there.
of the bottle, and you know, we offer everything you need to stay scent free out there and stay undetected with a big game. So appreciate everybody tuning in this week.
Yeah.
This was week 4. Look for the week 5 Hunt Camp Report post to go up tonight.
Yep.
And we'll be back with you next week.
Keep the competition rolling, and then next Friday at 1 o'clock, we'll be back at you.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
See you guys.